Hi everyone, this is the second video. We're just going to pick up where we left off. So we were saying that when Venus hits the heart of the lion, which is 0 Virgo in tropical on September 5th, that is sort of an indicator that we are now shifting towards the pre-equinox energy. So until now, we've been kind of coming off of the Grand Cross of April, coming out of the opening of the gates at the end of July. We're on this sort of, we're kind of ending the dynamics, the really strong dynamics that have happened in the middle of this year of 2014. And as soon as Venus hits the heart of the lion, first week of September, the first Friday, Saturday, the first Sabbath of September, we are kind of at the top of this mountain and then going kind of free fall towards the equinox energy. The equinox is connected to the Feast of Trumpets. This is a significant year. In Hebrew, the number 5775 is the same as the word for the rescue. So there's a lot of hope around this year. This year, 5775, lasts from the end of September this year until the end of September in 2015. And interestingly enough, that really correlates with the time from when Mercury hit the heart of the lion yesterday, Friday, which you can see as the beginning of this process, until Jupiter is going to hit the heart of the lion at the end of this year, 5775. So you see we have Mercury that just moved past Regulus. Regulus is the heart of the lion. It's the king star, the birth of the Messiah. Of course, every year the Sun and Venus and Mercury move through it, but every 12 years Jupiter does. And so you could say, every 12 years this happens. But if we're looking for a time kind of around the 2012 alignment, which really lasts 13 years, I was just told by my friend on Facebook, Orion Johnson, that there's really a 13-year window from 2012, maybe a little bit before, to 2025. So a 12-year cycle of Jupiter is very important to look kind of in that 13-year window what could be an opportune time for these noticeable shifts to occur in our consciousness, which have many of which have already occurred. I mean, that's how we have the windows through which we're starting to experience the future. But the question is, when's the next window going to open? This light is so awesome. One window must lead to another. So when we see this year of Mercury has now already gone past the heart of the lion. We have the Sun on the 22nd, Venus September 5th, and then that opens this year-long process where beginning on the Feast of Trumpets to the Feast of Trumpets next year, at the end of this year, 5775, September 2015, we'll have Jupiter and Mars at the heart of the lion, with the other planets there as well. And it will also be the fourth blood moon. So we really have a lot wrapping up, which means that the opening of this year, the Feast of Trumpets of the year 5775 begins at the end of September, just after the equinox on the 25th on the new moon. So leading up to then, we have Venus at the heart of the lion on September 5th. And then we have this big supermoon that everyone is talking about. The supermoons have been indicated in some of the crop circles. There were 3 supermoons, July, August, and now September, the 3rd supermoon. Everyone, really the importance of the 1st and 2nd are for the 3rd. So this could be a huge illumination. I know I'm going to be taking a trip then Um, if we want to look at that in a positive light, it could be that being somewhere new will enable this new light to shine. We can see here, just to get it exact, the sun then will be at 17 Virgo. So we're looking for the moon at, let's see now, 16 Virgo. So we're looking for the moon around 16 Pisces. Oh, just missed it. So, see, the full moon is when the sun is opposite the moon. So the sun is in Virgo and the moon is in Pisces. And interestingly enough, the moon is going to be conjunct Chiron, which is the wounded healer. The moon is already a very emotional entity. And as we know, Chiron is near Neptune in Pisces. So this sounds like an old wound, a wounded healer, cathartic full moon. Yeah, at least that's from the tropical placements. Why don't we take a look at the stellarium sidereal? Let's see. Let's jump ahead to 9-9. That's kind of cool. 9-9. 9-9. So we have Venus and the Sun are already past Regulus. Jupiter's basically going to be in the crab for the near future. Moves slowly, about a sign a year. Mercury's nearing Spica, but we're trying to look at the moon. So the moon will be in the other side of the sky since it's the full moon. So sidereal, we have the moon in one of the fish. It's here, it shows it close to Uranus. Really, we know it's close to Neptune. There's Neptune. Oh, okay, there's Neptune. Okay, so let's see. I guess sidereal, it shows it between Neptune and Uranus. Is that? Yeah. Okay. Much closer to Neptune, but anyhow. That is the full moon, so very emotional moon. See if there's anything else. I mean, we also have Jupiter and Neptune. The quincunx, but I'm pretty sure that was exact a little while ago. Or actually, yeah. Okay, so we have Jupiter and Pluto, quincunx, unstable, tense aspect on the 5th, which is the same day that a few hours later Venus moves into Virgo. So yet another reason that the 5th is going to be a kind of shift on this energy plane. Again, looking at that full moon, just right there on Pisces. I mean, wow. Better get some Band-Aids and Kleenex ready. See what else is coming up. These are kind of all related, I think, to this moon thing. I mean, I guess you could say that because, with all these oppositions, just getting it all in kind of with one fell swoop, as they say, you could say that this is just that this full moon is just shining all of its light onto these wounds, and that they are really going to be resurrected as the wounded healer. It's like the pain is just going to be churned instantaneously into lessons, into wisdom, into sharing, into helping others. We're going to be really alchemized into healers. Our life is going to become a healing balm. Well, this is kind of something to look forward to. Mars is moving into Sagittarius, out of Scorpio. That's kind of quick. I personally love Scorpio, but it looks like on the 13th, we have Mars moving into Sagittarius just before the equinox, opposing the moon. So a little bumpy at first, but Mars in Sagittarius is going to be a lot more holistic. I mean, Scorpio is like this intense, just emotions are intense, the force is intense, everything is like you just want to come to a breaking point on everything. And Sagittarius is still fire, but it's a lot more expansive, and there's travel involved, there's education and books and justice. There's the higher mind and its categories, the archer, a spirit of fun and playfulness. So, looks like after the 5th and after this full moon, we're going to be gifted with some, with kind of like a higher perspective on things. Okay. The equinox will be on the will be on the 22nd. See here we have the sun at 0 Libra, so the 22nd in the evening, a little bit later on the East Coast. And that same day, earlier in the day, we have this Mars, that sort of happy, higher consciousness Mars squaring Neptune in Pisces. So some more understanding needs to be found between these kind of new categories and the spiritual collective consciousness. You know, things need to be brought down from those intellectual categories into the sort of sea of the soul and the feelings that don't always have words. And the equinox is kind of going to come out of stealth. Like there's going to be a lot of going on, and then suddenly the equinox just happened. Which is usually how the fall equinox is. It sort of happens by accident without anyone noticing. Like the big bang of the year is in April, that's when the biblical year begins, and then this fall equinox is a bit of a more hidden beginning to the year. We also have the new moon just, I guess it'll be just after, yeah, okay, so Rosh Hashanah, the Feast of Trumpets, just after the equinox. The astronomical new moon will be September 23rd around midnight, so the night of the 23rd, Tuesday night. So, yeah, so now we are August 16th, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in about 6 weeks is that Feast of Trumpets new moon. And that is going to be a beginning. We have Venus close by, Pluto moving direct just before that. I mean, that is really noteworthy. Pluto has been in retrograde for since March or May, but that is going to be an important element of this Feast of Trumpets 5775 year. I mean, just the fact that Pluto goes direct precisely on the Feast of Trumpets in connection with that new moon. Yeah, so here Pluto went retrograde on right before the first blood moon. And see, Pluto is the undercurrent. Pluto is the dark side. Pluto is the soul, the subconscious, the secret, the unconscious. Those are the layers of consciousness that we're clarifying. Those are the layers of consciousness that we're clarifying. That is what's going on with